Once you have installed WordPress through your control panel, if you visit your domain name, in this case mine is mcnames2.com, you will see this website. This is what WordPress is. WordPress is a series of files that make this exact website and then make the system behind it that manages it and allows you to make changes. So you should all have this website or something similar. Every year the WordPress site changes, so this year it happens to be this black and white example. In future years it may be different. So don't panic if you don't see exactly this, but you should see just a very simple, boring website with really nothing going on, no content, nothing happening. You've got sample pages, sample comments. That's correct. That's what you should see. And so what we need to do is to get started in customizing this. So we're going to log in, and you can always log in by clicking in the URL bar and putting /wp-admin. That is your little secret link to log into your site. And then use your username and password. And that will take you to what's called your dashboard. So here we see the controls that allow us to change our WordPress site. And so we have posts, which is where we're going to add content, media, where we can add media content such as photos, pages, where we can add additional content, and I'll talk a little bit about the difference between pages and posts in just a minute. Comments, where we can manage comments people are leaving on our website or blog. Appearance, where we can change the colors, sometimes the typefaces. We can change some of the functionality of the site through here. We can change the header, the background, etc. Plugins we'll get to in a bit. Plugins are additional features that you can add to your site. When you create WordPress, you get that really boring site, the one we just saw. It's black and white, it doesn't do a whole lot. If you want additional features, for example, you want an Instagram feed, you can go to plugins and you can get the additional functionality for that. We have users, where you can manage who logs in and out to your site. Tools, which you'll probably not ever use. You can export and import your content if you want to move your site. Settings, which we'll take a look at in a bit. And this button here, collapse menu, does exactly what it says. It makes the menu smaller, so it's a little bit out of your way. Now over here on the right is sort of our information about our site. I would probably ignore this if I were you. This is helpful if you have a blog, for example, with dozens of people using it. You can see what the other people are publishing. You can see comments that are being left. For the kind of site that we are making, you're not going to use this too often, and anything that you see here you can also get to over here on the left. So if you log in and you see all these different boxes and there's a lot going on, don't panic. You can ignore most of it. So the first thing we're going to do is change some of the settings for our site, and for this I'm actually just going to walk you through the reading you had, the Intro to WordPress reading. A couple pages into that reading, there's 5 essentials that you need to do when you first start your WordPress site. And we're coming up, oh, I skipped them. We're going to go through those. Here we go, 5 essential settings to customize. So we're going to go through these so that you can get used to changing settings here in your WordPress site. So settings is down here on the bottom, and we're going to go to General first, and we can change our site title. So Megan McNames, I'm going to put Public Relations. The site title is very important for Google. Google knows what your site is about by the site title. So if you just put your name, it doesn't say anything about what you do or what the site is. So I'm going to add portfolio there as well. This really specific or descriptive title that I'm creating helps Google know that this is a portfolio for me and that I'm in the public relations field. And we're going to change the tagline as well. Now the tagline will probably not appear on your site. The site title will appear on your site. It will appear up here in the tab. Tagline probably will not appear, but let's go ahead and put something in because this is like a little support system for the site title. It helps Google and other search engines get an even clearer picture of what the site is. So I'm going to just repeat some of the information. Megan McNames is public Relations portfolio. And then I happen to also be an educator at Ball State, so I'll put that in. These two things that you see here, WordPress address and site address, never, ever, ever change these. I have probably every semester a student who comes in and thinks to themselves, oh, my domain name's not very good, I wish I could change it. And it looks like you can change it here, but you can't. If you make changes to either of these, WordPress address or site address, your site will crash and I will have to custom code the solution. So I'll have to log into your site and write some code to bring your site back. So it's not something you want to go through, and your site will be down until I can do that for you. So WordPress address and site address, leave those alone always, always, always. Let's also make sure we are in the correct time zone. I don't quite know what time zone we are in UTC, so we'll do Eastern Time Zone, US, what is it, UTC? Eastern Standard Time is 5 hours. Okay, so we are -5. So we're gonna do -5 here. There we go. And then we're gonna choose a date format. I happen to like the one that is chosen. I happen to like the time format as well. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just save as, or save changes. Now let's click on Permalinks down here. Permalinks are the URL for your site. And I've opened the current site in a tab right here, and you can see it's really boring, but there's a sample page. And if I click sample page, if you look at the URL, this is the URL of the page, mcnames2.com/page ID = 2. That doesn't really make any sense. I mean, it works just fine, but if I sent you this link, you would have no idea where it went, and it could be kind of confusing. So what we're gonna do is change the permalinks to month and name, I think would be good. And then we're going to save the changes, and you'll see that now if I refresh my page, the name of the page is sample page. So in the URL, instead of having that page ID 2, it now says sample page. So if I were to email or tweet this link, people would have a better idea of what this link actually goes to. So permalinks can help us help our users understand what they're doing and where they're going. The next thing we want to do is just delete all of the sample content. So let's go into posts, and you'll see there's a sample post here. We're going to click trash and get rid of it. And then let's go into pages, and we're going to go to sample page, and we're going to trash that. And then we have comments. Let's go to our sample comment. Oh, I think I deleted mine already, but you should have a comment in here. You can trash that as well. So those are the 5 things that we want to do before we do anything with our website, just to get our settings all put together. And in the next video, I'll show you how to upload the theme.